we start off this what if with Goku actually losing the Tournament of Power to Jiren, and Whis actually sending Goku back in time, giving him another chance to get stronger enough to actually beat Jiren. Goku, when he gets back, is confused at first because he doesn't know what's happening, but then he surmises that Whis did this so that Universe 7 could have a chance. He doesn't know why Whis did it, but he thinks that Whis took a liking to the mortals and his god of destruction. So Goku at this point realizes what he has to do. Grandpa Gohan's actually already dead at this point. So Goku steadily starts training day in and day out without rest inside some of the training techniques that he already knows. So he does everything he can to train as hard as possible, waiting for the arrival of Bulma. This is intense training. This isn't any like regular Goku training. This is training to near the brink of death every day, causing him to get Zenkai boosts and also refining his skills. So he's going to be much stronger than he was inside the original. The original power level of Dragon Ball Goku is actually 10 at the start of the series. Because it's 2 years earlier, I'm going to make his power level 7. But he's actually been training very, very hard, getting Zenkais and with all these training techniques. I'm going to give him a power level of 2500. Nothing in Dragon Ball can basically touch him. Boss, Carrot, the Bear Bandit, all of them, they just get completely fodderized. The Red Ribbon Army, Goku goes there, but actually instead of destroying them, he makes them an ally. He actually takes out Commander Red, because Commander Red's dream was stupid, really, and I feel like most of the Red Ribbon Army would have not agreed if they knew what his wish for Dragon Balls was, instead of it being world domination. And Goku, he doesn't take the entire Red Ribbon Army. He doesn't take over the entire Red Ribbon Army. He actually just takes over the side section, and the rest of the army just basically disperse to like mercenaries or whatever. And we're gonna have Bulma, Dr. Bruce, and Dr. Gero working together. And we actually still meet Android 8, which he has a connection to. Okay, with all these people working together, but he's not going to have them working together yet, because he's still trying to create the androids, because he realizes the potential that the androids have, and they'll be a very good participant for the Tournament of Power, starting off with great base strength, but also actually being able to grow their power. So Goku, during this time, slowly gets stronger. He doesn't enter the tournaments because he finds them as a waste of time, and he just continually trains like a madman and does everything he can to get stronger, and he fights whoever he can to get stronger. And it's to the point where he actually lowers his power level and lets the Z fighters beat him to a pulp to get Zenkai boosts multiple times a day. I'm gonna tell you now that Goku actually already recruited the Z fighters, and you realized how I made him. No, what am I saying? Okay, let me get my bearings. We saw how Goku could read people's minds by putting his hand on their head, so it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that he can give people his memories by putting his hand on their head, and they see what's happening, and they still have the same feelings, and they want to get as strong as possible for the Tournament of Power, because it could be very well the end of the universe. Goku's out here training, getting gains. Kid Goku actually still says that he'll marry Chi-Chi, but he actually means it because Goku loves Chi-Chi. And instead of Chi-Chi having to track him down, Goku goes back to her castle and actually goes and marries her. Gohan is born, but he's going to be much, much stronger. Because we're going to say when Gohan was born, Goku had a power level of 58,000. And Goku, at this point, he's already had Bulma create a gravity machine that he can use now, and he continuously trains all of these years until the Saiyans arrive. When the Saiyans arrive, Goku has a base power level of 20 million because of all of the hundreds of times gravity Earth. I mean, hundreds of times of Earth gravity that he's been training in. And at this time, Bulma, Dr. Brief, and Dr. Zero actually start working on the androids. Android 17 and 18, but they're not going to be called this because Zero didn't. Actually, I'm going to have them still be called 17 and 18 for simplicity, because I don't want to give them new names and you don't know who I'm talking about. So instead of killing Raditz, Goku actually recruits Raditz to join his cause, and he steadily trains Raditz into a fine warrior, training him with Zenkai, training him in martial arts, because we realized that although during the invasion of Earth, the Saiyan Vegeta was actually more powerful than Goku, Goku made up for this with his martial arts skill, outmaneuvering Vegeta, because at the end of the day, the Saiyans are brawlers, while Goku's a martial artist, so he has the advantage. So he can overcome some level of raw strength with his martial art ability. He trains him in both of these things. He actually cuts off Raditz's tail because, in his opinion, he won't be needing it anymore. And he shows Raditz Super Saiyan because Goku already knows what it feels like to go Super Saiyan. Because even if this is a younger version of his body, he still has that mental image, that mental feeling of him going Super Saiyan, those memories when Krillin was killed, to release that anger to which he can go Super Saiyan with. He tries to teach Raditz, but Raditz isn't ready yet. So they continue training and training. Every day for Raditz is basically train with Goku, getting beat to a pulp, take a sensu bean, getting beat down again, take a sensu bean, and then sleep and eat. Every day. It's like an endless cycle. But this is actually starting to give Raditz some results, because after the year and the Saiyans arrive, we're going to say that Goku actually still baits the Saiyans because he knows how powerful Vegeta is inside the original universe, and he still wants Vegeta on his side, someone powerful to stand beside him. I'm going to say Raditz at this point has a power level of 750,000 because of Whis' training methods that Goku gave to Raditz, as long as with the Zenkai boost from being beaten to a pulp by such a much stronger opponent. And Raditz is really confident because the Saiyans stand no chance whatsoever. And before they even fight, Goku actually destroys their scouters so they never go to Namek and destroy Namek and kill everyone. I'm gonna give you the Z level's power level. I meant the Z Warrior's power level at this point. Piccolo is actually stronger than Raditz at a cool 5 million. Tien is behind Piccolo at 3 million. Krillin is behind Tien at 2.2 million. Yamcha is at 1 million because he doesn't really train. Chaotu's at 500,000. And that's it. And Gohan at this point is at 10 million because of his hybrid DNA. Goku at this point base is at 200 million. So he's stronger than Frieza inside his base form, which makes sense because of all this training he's been doing. And Z, Goku, you don't realize it, but Goku actually got many times stronger from the Saiyan saga to the Frieza saga. He got more than 100 times stronger because at the start of the Saiyan saga, his power level was 8,000. I don't know why. It's said that it's over 9,000. We all know the saying, but in reality, his power level was actually 8,000. They said 9,000 inside the dub because it sounded better, and it still does sound better, but we're going to be factually correct in this one. Anyway, inside the Frieza saga, he went from a power level of 8,000 to a power level of 150 million inside Super Saiyan. And you could see, you realize how weird this is, because that's more than 100 times stronger. At the start of the Saiyan saga, Goku was at a power level of around 1,000, and then he grew to a power level of 8,000 without any Kaioken or anything. So it was an 8 times increase, more actually. But in the Saiyan saga, it's more than 100 times increase. That's more than 100 times increase actually. Yeah. If anything, that's more than 1,000 times increase actually, so which is incredibly weird. That's why Goku's power this time is actually pretty close to what it was inside the Saiyan saga, because the Saiyan saga was completely insane. Okay, we're gonna leave it off right here. We're gonna go to the, instead of meeting up on Namek, we're gonna actually going to go meet Frieza to kill him. Okay, I'm gonna save this for the next part. I'm gonna keep the series going. It's mainly because I like it. I might mess the story up, but I still do enjoy it.